How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about MULN, Mullen Automotive. That was up almost 19% on the day on the Friday. I know a lot of you have been crushing it in this place, so you know what? I want to make sure you're prepared for this coming week. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll go into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for MULN. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $2.90, being up 18.85%. On the low, it tested $2.19, and then on the high, testing $3.20. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 453.45 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 280.887 million shares. So when we have this above average volume coming into the stock, you can see strength like this. When we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 66.72. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, the 100-day, but we are above the 21-day EMA and as well as the 50-day. And I must say, Mullen has been tearing it up. So if we continue to have some bullish movements going in for the coming week, I want to see us get to $4. This is very achievable here. It will be a psychological area. I could see a lot of profit taking. It was just like when we got to $3, it was a tough climb. There was a lot of people who were selling, but we were able to break out of it and being able to reach a high of 320. So as far as this 320 is concerned, this will be our breakout level. So if we have price action above 320 going into the open, this is where we can look forward to seeing how well we get past $3.60 and make that move going to $4. But do note, since it has been on quite the run, if we have some profit taking for this week, we could see a pullback going down to $2.28. And we also can't forget the fact if we break through $2, we also have a gap that needs to be filled right here around 175. But it would still put it above the 21-day EMA, which is at 165. So that's why I'm saying overall in general, Mullen is looking really good, and I can't wait to see what it does for this coming week. Let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for MULN. So for the off-exchange short volume ratio, it's at 38.23%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 102.73 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 1.8 million, updated 6 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 13.07%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 17th, it was at 36.58, and then for the close of the 18th being at 38.23. So what this shows us, Mullen does continue to have short squeeze potential. Now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for MULN. So we see on the inflows at 264, and then on the outflow it's at 224. So we had an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown on the large, it was 90.96. On the medium, it was 139, and then on the small, it was 34.03. And keep in mind, these numbers are in the millions. Taking a look at the outflow side, on the large, it was 93.67. On the medium, it was 107, and then on the small, it was 23.34. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for the 18th, we had a negative outflow of 2.71. We also did see on the 17th, we had an outflow of negative 6.96 million. So you can see for the past 5 trading days, 4 of them have been outflows. This just shows you how much buying is happening on the retail side, which we're going to look at. So when we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we have more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the large represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more selling than we had buying. But keep in mind, they're not far off from each other because we saw the difference was negative 2.71 million. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 1,297.71%. No surprises there. There are a lot of traders that are going in and out of this play. It is very liquid and it trades at very high volume. So when you're in a play like this and how volatile it is very important that you have a strategy. So let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for MULN, Mullen Automotive, as far as for the price action, listen to me clearly on this. As far as for the bullish case scenario, we want to see a move for us to get to around $3.20. We want to be able to surpass that high that we had on the Friday. Getting past 320, then I want to see a move going to 365. And upon us getting to 365, that's where I'll look for the push going to $4. As far as for the bearish case scenario, we know as far as for the tech sector, it has been seeing a lot of money flowing in. So it's natural that we could have some profit taking for this week. So if the stock does decide to pull back, I'm looking for support to hold at 228. If 228 does break, then we need to see if support could hold at $2. If $2 breaks, do know we have a gap to the downside at $1.79. And I'll be very curious to see if we have a lot of buying in this particular area, but it does keep us above the 21-day EMA, which is at 165. I don't see weakness until we break 165. I want to make sure I'm being very clear about this. Of course, this is not financial advice, but this is just from what I've seen from doing my homework and how I trade the stock, paying attention to very key levels. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. And it's very clear that there's a lot of interest on the retail side. We do see big money doing some profit taking, but we also have a lot of big money that's buying in as well. So this stock is going to continue to be volatile, and we know there's going to be a lot of traders because when we took a look at that turnover ratio, it was well over 1,000%. So that's why you do not want to be caught on the wrong end of this trade. Wait for those pullbacks. There's no reason for anyone to be jumping into this stock and just because you saw it go to $3 to buy the stock at $3, because there's a good chance that it will pull back. We've seen this stock get a lot of attention on social media and so forth. So when you have that big of a retail presence inside of the play, of course, you're going to have those profit takers. Not everyone is going to be sitting down there buying and holding. Even though everyone's telling you, well, you know what, you just need to hold, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, you need to look out for yourself because you're the one putting your hard-earned money inside of these plays. And I want to make sure that you're being profitable and you're not turning your green trade into a red trade due to the fact because you're being fueled by emotions of other people on social media. You have to think for yourself. You have to look out for yourself. It is very important. That's why I say when you go in, move up your stop loss. So when I was talking about this play for last week and I was saying, hey, we've been showing support at 154, 157. We closed at 160. Many people are like, yo, Dre, this is where I'm going to go in with my entry. And you've been able to see that high at $3.20 on the Friday. Many people just told me, hey, Dre, I'm still in the play, but I made sure to move up my stop loss. I got in at 160. I moved my stop loss to 180. Now I'm just kind of sitting waiting so I can move it up further if I see some price action of it holding up 3. It is a very easy strategy to follow. You don't have to sell everything. And if you did end up doubling up on the play already, you could always just sell half of your investment and the rest of the money that's left over, that is the house's money. You're not going to be losing anything. Again, use these strategies, research them, find out what works for you. You just don't want to be sitting in this because some YouTuber is telling you, well, you know what, we're going to 20, we're going to 30, we're going to 40. No, do not do that. You need to protect yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see how Mullen performs for this coming week. We'll be talking real soon.